next one, guys. Thank you for that one, Shannon. This one is spearheaded from Mark. Basically, we came up with coaches versus parents. Do parents allow their children to be coached? So we're talking
Mm.
We
from little league
yeah
on up, whatever sports. Go ahead, Mark. Lead them into this.
yeah because we was talking about this yesterday, and I thought this was a really good, what I'm saying, topic because like D, you got your boys play, you got son
Mm-hmm.
to play, I got kids that play, and how these parents, I done seen it from little league to high school because you can't do it in college. So I done saw parents coaching their kids while they on the field and not letting the coach do their job. And to me, I feel like that's a problem because why is it that you let your child play this sport to get coached by this man if you're going to sit there and coach him? My whole thing is if that's the case, see can you get on the coaching staff to help your own son? Because me personally, I'm gonna let my son do his thing, let the coach do his. When he comes off that field and we come home, I'm gonna let him know what he did wrong and what he did right. I'm not gonna sit here and yell and be like, "No, you do this and do that," knowing that this man is out here trying to help your child. That's my whole thing. I don't feel like it's right for parents to do that. And we got a lot of parents who actually does that. If they like it, hey, that's just not me. I'm not coaching my child on the basketball court, on the field. I'm gonna let his coach do it. And I think it's gonna be it's starting to be a bigger problem because now you're gonna have it to where coaches are gonna look back and be like, hey, I got it. Now the parent is getting into it with the coach. We don't need that. Just let the coach do his job.
You're right. 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 I mean, yeah, like Mark said, we was diving into that yesterday, and you see it. I mean, it's actually to me. I used to see it a lot in the little league circuit. Now I'm seeing it more and
Mm-hmm.
uh, middle school, high school. Granted they
Yep.
may not be on the field, but kids come over to the fence and somebody's in the air and all this kind of stuff. That way, and it's almost come to the point that I was kind of shocked, especially when I saw it on the high school level as much as I have done, because
Mm-hmm.
you know, uh, being a former football player, baseball player, stuff like that, I was taught that basically listen to your coach. Kind of like how Mark said, if I was going to get pointers, it wasn't going to be right there while the game is on. That kind of stuff like that. So this it just blows my mind because I'm seeing more and more on that high school level, and I didn't think that
Mm-hmm.
that was going to be as touched as much as it is as little league. Now, like I said, there maybe not be on to the point as little league where the thing with little league, like Mark said, that it's almost really can be comical because some of them people are taking your advice, Mark. They are the coaches. And the problem with that is that they spend more time dealing with their son
Yep.
or
Mm-hmm.
daughter than it is coaching these other kids. Trying to
Mm-hmm.
make sure they be the number one star or whatever. You don't get
Right.
you don't get in coaching for that. Now you can train your kid for that. Go ahead. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to train your kid, be a trainer, and do all that kind of great stuff, that's cool. No one can get mad at you. That's your prerogative. But when you sign your kid up to go ahead and the head coach is whoever and all that, you have believed in this coach enough that you feel that your kid is safe enough to allow this man or woman to coach your child. So that's my issue with that is that uh, you know it's a lot of people trying to do that, but then you see, like I said, but on the high school level, I didn't believe it till I saw my own eyes, and I saw a lot of people
Yeah.
hanging around on the fence, and players is going to the fence, and different stuff. I mean, and it make no difference what high school game or arena stadium I was at. I'm seeing it for everybody, and back in the day, man, I thought a football would drill me in my head if I turned to the stands,
Once you see it.
that kind of stuff.
Oh, it's
Go ahead, D.
it's bad. Well, no, it's bad. Just thinking about as far as both community and school league, you know, and I'm talking about once my boys left the community league and went to JCTMS and went to Male. I've seen it all. And you know, it does get difficult because you know you do have your opinions. And you know, one thing I definitely agree on in terms of take it home then to, you know, if you have something to say and not do that right there, especially when it's something definitely different from what the coaches are saying. And just to be quite transparent, I haven't always agreed with the coaches either, but I wasn't going to sit there and dispute the coach, especially in front of my child and especially in front of everyone else, because I'm not the one coaching. And sometimes you do have to step back and take a deep breath with that, because like I said, you don't always agree. And a lot of these coaches are they parent coaches, and that's when biased behaviors are kicked in. And so you have to really take yourself back a notch about that, because the kids are still, whether it's a girl or boy, they are still a part of a team, and the team has coaches who are actually coaching them, and it's not you. You know, and if it is you, then you need to make sure and take yourself out of the role of parent at that time, because you're a coach as well. So a lot of biased behaviors play a part of it, but I've seen it. I've seen it quite a bit, high school level, quite a bit. Definitely middle school, but high school has it as well. It can be just as bad. And actually, it's quite aggravating.
Let me ask you.
Quite aggravating to me. It's quite aggravating to me when there is a play or something that goes on, and it's a parent who disagrees, and the parent is able to go over to the fence during the game and pull their child to the side and talk to them. You know, I don't. It's distracting, and it can cause conflict. You know, so again, you have to take yourself out of the element and realize that your child is part of a team. You know, so a lot of different thoughts about that.
Well, and this is definitely to you, Dion, Sierra, and Mark. Didn't it? I mean, and I guess because you know, being a former player, I mean, when your child came out of community league, you know, in middle school, it's still like 50-50, whatever. But didn't that kind of shock you when you first saw that? Like, because, I mean, as a former player, it shocked me that a parent could just do what you described, Dion, and Mark also. I mean, was it shocking? That's what I'm saying, because as you go higher up the food chain, that's supposed to be eliminated.
See, the crazy
I guess it was
about
shocking
it, bro.
for me. Oh, go ahead, Mark.
Go ahead, Mark.
See, the crazy thing about it for me, though, because back in the day, even when I was playing Little League ball, you really didn't have your parents coming up on you saying anything to you.
Right.
Or even when I was in high school playing and stuff and seeing everybody playing, wasn't no parent coming up to no fence saying anything. So now all of a sudden you got the new age parents coming through. You can't tell my child nothing. I'm going to coach my child to tell him where he needs to go, and this fifth, third, and the other. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a new day and age, which I think is kind of crazy and sad, because let this coach is hard to do a job, and that's make your child good. Yes, I do agree with Dion when some coaches are biased to where they just coaching their kids, but it's a lot of coaches out here who love all of these kids and want to see them do better, but they can't do that if their parents on the sideline saying, no, you line up right here. I don't care what he say. It's kind of crazy.
Right. That creates that conflict right there on the field in front of everyone. And it really is more harmful for the team in regards to outcome. And it's an issue. And to your question, William, in regards to, was it shocking to see? No, not really. I guess for me, just because it is a lot of passion from the parents who are, parents of the kids that are playing. And I don't care if it's football, basketball, track, soccer, baseball, it doesn't matter. It's a lot of passion that comes from these parents. They just need to know how to contain it, because it's really a big issue with that.
Yeah, that's true. Sierra, Shannon, do y'all want to chime in?
I'm just taking it all in. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Good points. And it is in Little League. Me as a parent, when my son was in Little League, I was one of those parents that I would be like, Why he yelling at my child? He better quit yelling at my child and quit jacking my child up.
Been there.
But then I had to realize and understand that he's only trying to help my son be better. So now I just sit back and I'm like, get on him, coach. Get on him.
Yeah, I have to say sometimes, you know, like I said, I mean, but you have to, for me, if I don't agree with it, I'm not going to sit there and argue and dispute with the coach right there. You know, I'm going to wait and do that. Definitely.
Get on him, coach. Get on him.
This stuff is
Yeah, I have to say
something.
Real quick, Tap Nation, TAP Nation. Hey, what's going on? Also, Mama's in the house. Hello, everyone. Okay.
Hey,
all right. So let's go ahead and go to the next one.